No-namers, can I get an amen? Now, how about a hallelujah? Oh, yeah. Let's rock and roll. Time for liftoff. Let's go. 6, 5, 4. You know the rest. 2. Come on.
0.
Come on.
Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff.
Here we go. Come on.
Get ready. Hold on to your hat. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hat. Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time on Vaughn Radio. It's a show with no name. It's the show. Let's go.
Welcome, welcome, welcome one, welcome all. It is time for the show with no name here on Vaughn Radio, where English is exciting, it's interactive, it's amazing. That's right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. A nice round of applause before we even get started. Because no matter what you do today, hagas lo que hagas hoy, you are doing something positive for yourself. You're learning a language. So, honestly, you can make 100 mistakes in our challenges today. But you know what? You're still, at the end of the day, doing something amazing for yourself. So, I'm proud of you. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how well you do, how bad you do. You're here, and you're ready, and you rise to the challenge. There's no challenge too big, too challenging, too difficult, too tough for my show with no-namers. Today we're going to listen to a lot of our fellow students, Anix, Celia, Cristina Chicago, Chris Valrol, Gloria, Laura, Marisol, Laura Prados, and Nuria have all participated in our question of the week. So we're going to get some top tips, some top wellness tips, amigos. I'm really looking forward to that. So let's kick off with today's pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz.
¿Te gustaría abrir puertas a nuevas oportunidades y estar listo para cualquier desafío? Con el máster de inglés del Grupo Vaughan podrás transformar tu futuro. Este programa intensivo te ayudará a dominar el inglés profesional, perfeccionar tu comunicación y ganar la confianza que necesitas para conseguir tus objetivos. Nuestros profesores Vaughan especializados te prepararán para afrontar en inglés todas las situaciones de comunicación en un entorno profesional. No dejes que el inglés sea una barrera. Invierte en tu futuro con el máster de inglés profesional del Grupo Vaughan. Llámanos al 91-133-5833 o entra en grupovaughan.com.
That's right, amigos. Grupo Vaughan, Grupo Vaughn, call us what you will, but make sure you call us because, as you know, we've got a plethora of different initiatives from courses to materials. If you're looking for materials, you know where to go. Just head on over. Eso es un totally native. Head on over. Vete hacia, ¿no? Dirígete a. Head on over to vaughantienda.com and you will be able to learn all different things from phrasal verbs to translation lists. I mean, whatever you're looking for, even a complete course, we've got it, folks. And today we're going to be taking a look at something from Listen Up. Listen Up is where we hear, are you ready for this? 88 paragraphs. So this is to really, you could rename this section, this book, Say What, right? Because isn't that what we do every day here in the Say What soundbite, right? We listen to something, we analyze it, we answer questions about it, and then we try and really get the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle. Toma totally native. The whole kit and caboodle is todo lo que conlleva, todito, I think would be a good translation in Spanish. So whatever your English needs may be, just go on over, head on over to grupovaughn.com/cursos destacados. That's for courses such as our masters, courses such as our Disney Vaughn English one-to-one flex, groups, again, we've got something for everyone. So stop by and check it out. Also, another way, too, to make sure that you know what's going on in the Vaughn world, follow us on social media. And then, well, you'll know that we've got an upcoming Vaughn Radio Trivia Night on the horizon, en el horizonte. That is, mark your calendars, November 6th. It's November 6th. It's going to be hosted by my good buddy Kyle Miller, the host of Drive Time. So, courses, materials, events. The best way to know about all that stuff, IMO, in my opinion, follow us on social media. I know you all have social media. In fact, a lot of you are here with us on YouTube right now. So follow us, Instagram, YouTube. You can find all the links at grupovaughn.com. Obviously, you can, tiene el logotipo. You got the Facebook logo. And we're everywhere because we realize, well, people want to learn English on TikTok. People want to learn English on, what's the other one? LinkedIn. I can't even remember all of them. But we are there. So join us. All right, well, folks, as the book is called, I want you to listen up, prestar atención, because afterwards I'll have a couple questions for you. Here we go.
Dining out with a fussy eater. And now the vocabulary. Chips or fries.
Patatas fritas.
Seafood.
Marisco.
Fussy.
Tiquismiquis.
To dine out.
Cenar fuera.
Snack.
Tentempié.
Cheese.
Queso.
Glass.
Vaso.
Plate.
Plato.
Spotless.
Impecable.
Do you think you're a fussy eater?
No, I don't think I'm a fussy eater at all. In fact, I like to spice things up and eat exotic, strange food every once in a while.
Can you remember the last time you dined out with a fussy eater?
No, fussy eaters are the worst. I eat whatever is on my plate.
Do you know what it's like to eat with someone who doesn't like anything? Last week I went out for dinner with a colleague, and it was so difficult. It took him half an hour to choose a dish. He doesn't like anything except chips and cheese, it seems.
Does he realize how frustrating he is to dine out with?
I don't think so. He even eats a snack before dinner, in case he doesn't like anything. And all the cutlery and plates have to be spotless. What an awful night.
Dinner party with the in-laws. And now the vocabulary.
Dinner.
Cena.
To be burnt or burned.
Quemado.
To cook.
Cocinar.
To spill.
Derramar.
To gossip.
Cotillear.
Table manners.
Modales.
To end up.
Resultar. Acabar.
To burn.
Quemar.
Why is it always so difficult to have dinner with my in-laws? Something always goes wrong. It should have been a great, stress-free evening, but it wasn't. My boyfriend cooked roast dinner, but I think he should have made something a little easier because he ended up burning the potatoes. The moment my father-in-law spilled wine on the carpet, I thought, we shouldn't have had dinner at his house. We should have gone to a restaurant. My brother-in-law had terrible table manners too, gossiping about inappropriate things all night. He shouldn't have done that. It was such a disaster.
Allergic to nuts.
And now the vocabulary. Ambulance.
Ambulancia.
To dial 999.
Marcar 999.
Nuts.
Frutos secos.
Customers.
Clientes.
To contain.
Contener.
To pour.
Verter. Servir.
Red wine.
Vino tinto.
Allergic.
Alérgico.
I can't imagine what it must be like being allergic to nuts. You have to be so careful with everything. I was having dinner in a restaurant last week, and there was a customer that must have been allergic to them. He must have accidentally ingested something because the manager dialed 999. There's always a disclaimer in restaurants saying may contain traces of nuts, but I guess you can't live wrapped up in cotton wool. He must have been okay though, because later he came back into the restaurant and poured himself another glass of red wine.
¿Conoces Weekend Town? La nueva iniciativa de Vaughan.
Pues no.
Es un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés. Y es nuevísimo.
A ver, cuéntame más.
Tendrás una inmersión lingüística total durante 2 días. Un total de 24 horas hablando con angloparlantes de todo el mundo.
¡Wow! ¡Qué interesante!
Ganarás confianza y soltura a la hora de comunicarte en inglés. Mejorarás tu comprensión auditiva y tus habilidades conversacionales en una situación de comunicación real en inglés. Ven a Weekend Town y te sorprenderás con todo lo que puede avanzar tu inglés en un fin de semana. Weekend Town de Vaughan. Un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés.
That's right. More information about Weekend Town, as I just said, it's all at grupovon.com. And also, if you're on social media, you can reach out, puedes contactarnos por ahí. We'd love to hear from you. And also remember, you are totally invited to come on in, to stop by, to pop by, dilo como quieras, pasarte in Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, Vigo, Valladolid, Valencia, Santander, and Zaragoza. We are in all those amazing cities. And if you're there, you don't need an appointment. We'd love to meet you. All right. Now, great vocabulary in there, huh? Wow. That was from Listen Up. It's available at vaughantienda.com. We looked at a lot of different things in there. I love the in-laws, porque muchos dicen my parents-in-law. Nah, my in-laws. Porque ya sabes que we like our shortcuts. Nos encantan nuestros atajos. That's I think part of the success of the English language is those shortcuts that we take. You know, it makes things easy. You know, en vez de, when can I expect you? ¿Para cuándo te espero? We just say, what's your ETA? I know ETA in Spanish is a different thing. ETA in English is your estimated time of arrival. So, you know, we keep it simple. And again, when you're doing business, this is why English is the language of business. It's the language of the aviation industry, because we keep it simple. Now, our spelling's a little bit different. But, okay, you can't have your cake and eat it too, como dice la expresión. No puedes tener tu tarta y comerla a la vez. O sea, o lo comes o lo tienes. You can't do both there. So great. That audio as well. We looked at a lot of great vocabulary when we're dining out or eating out, which is great because who hasn't had to eat out with somebody who doesn't speak the same language as you? You know, How many times have you gone to a wedding or you had a dinner with some international clients or friends of friends who are visiting from Kentucky or wherever? So I always focus on this in my classes a lot too. I treat restaurants and dining out as really essential vocabulary because, well, being social, that as Spanish people, you guys, your business is very social. So, after you seal a deal, you'll go out and have a nice meal together. That doesn't always happen in the United States. So that I think it's a wonderful thing. You're celebrating and, well, everybody's happy with the outcome. El desenlace, the outcome. All right, so here's what I want from you, Show with No Namers. Number 1, I want you to give me another way to say tiquismiquis. Okay? Now, tiquismiquis, quisquilloso, I can give you a few ways in Spanish if you want. Okay? Especial, I've heard that one. Es un poco especial con la comida, Johnny. The one they gave you was fussy. But you can give me another one. Why not? We love our synonyms here on the Show with No Name. So give me a synonym for fussy. And obviously, don't just give me an adjective. That's nice, but that's not what we're looking for. We're trying to put together sentences. So use the word in a way that you would use it. No, mi prima, seguro que conoces a alguien. You can use me as an example. Aunque intento no serlo, soy un poco fussy. ¿Sabes lo que diríamos si queremos decirlo de verdad? A pain in the ass. Un pesado con la comida. A pain in the ass, si no queremos ser vulgar, a pain in the neck. Pero no busco eso. Algo más como, bueno, es un poco, no. Hasta los gatos son así. Dicen, no, los gatos, no quiero esto. So that's the first word, a synonym for fussy. And as always, we like to look at the roots of words. A fuss is un escándalo, una queja. So think about it. If you're fussy, armas escándalos, quejas. See? Makes sense. To raise, muchas veces the collocation is stop raising a fuss, right? So if you know the root, well, as always, you're learning more than just words. You're learning ideas, and ideas can be expanded upon. All right, the next one. They said tente en pie. I love that one. Keep you on your feet. It's a good one. Y me acabo de dar cuenta que también es roly-poly. Yeah, el juguete. Tente en pie, o también lo llaman, veo aquí, tente tieso. Tente en pie, tente tieso. It's a roly-poly. ¿Ves? Acabo de aprender esa en español. Yo sabía la palabra tente en pie, algo, ¿no? Un snack. Pero no puedes usar la palabra snack porque es un anglicismo ya usado en español. So I want another way to say tente en pie. And of course, as with the first one, as with every show, put it in context. Put it in your context. All right? So the second one is tente en pie. A light snack, something to keep your blood sugar up, something to give you that little energy when you need it midday, usually, no? A las 4 de la tarde, 5, you're like, oh, or 6. Whenever. Depends on your schedule, of course. As you guys know, I live in Spain, but I'm on an American schedule. At my house, we're up at 7. We go to bed by 9:30, 10. We're on the American schedule. All right, and the last one, the word impecable. You can give me it. You can give me the one you heard. You can give me a synonym there, whatever you want, as long as you're telling me a way to say impecable. Now, how do we personalize that? Pues, ¿qué es impecable? El último sitio que has estado que era impecable. I can think of an example. No el último sitio, pero el primero que me viene a la cabeza. Japan. Yeah, the country. Son muy limpios. Es un país que vas al... I remember going once, and you know this. This is like a hallelujah moment when you've got to go to the bathroom, and you're not in your hotel, and you're not in your house, or you got to use a public toilet, and you walk in there, and it is, I'll say clean, it is totally clean, extremely clean. It's shiny. It's so clean. It smells good. I mean, isn't that one of the greatest moments ever? Because I don't think anybody likes using public toilets. But when you got to go, la expresión es, when you got to go, you got to go. right? So that is like a godsend when you walk into a place. So you can use that one. Maybe the last public toilet you saw that was impecable. All right. So number one, another way to say fussy. Ya hemos visto que fuss es un escándalo, también barra queja. The next one's another way to say snack, algo ligero que tomamos entre comidas. De hecho, es un verbo también, snack. Don't snack between meals. No comas entre, no, snack, no usaríais la palabra comer. No cometeas, I don't know, me lo invento. So don't snack. I'm snacking on some carrots, okay? To snack on, si lo empleamos como verbo, okay? ¿Sabíais que snack es un, bueno, claro, verbificamos todo en inglés, of course. And the last one, impecable, okay? There you go, my amigos. That's your first challenge of the day, your pop quiz. Let's see who's with us in the house. We've got Laura, lovely Laura, bringing her magic. Glad you're here, Laura, because I know that you're in the middle of, well, as I said, I'm not here to tell people's what's going on in people's lives, but I know you're in the middle of a big project, and I hope everything is going well. I hope it's going smooth sailing. De viento en popa, I think you say. Smooth sailing, literalmente navegación lisa, ¿no? Sin olas. If the ocean is smooth, if something is smooth, it's not bumpy, it's not choppy. Cuando está revuelto el mar, we say it's choppy. Piénsalo. Cha, 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 cha. Como pica. Ah, no hacéis lo mismo. Está picado el mar. Pues igual, picar algo es to chop it. See? We're not as different as we sometimes think we are. Let's see. Profe Manu in the house. Profe Manu says, hello, Alberto. Hello, Profe Manu. As I said, it's an honor to teach the teachers. When people reach out to me, cuando me contactan por redes sociales, on social media, and they're like, Alberto, I'm a teacher. I use your lessons. I use your books. That to me is beautiful. Thank you, Profe Manu. I really, really appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. There's Chris Valrol. There she is. Our movie queen. How's it going, Chris? I hope you're feeling better. I know last week you were a bit under the weather. See, guys, I'm paying attention. I'm always paying attention, right? Siempre estoy to the parrot. Al loro. This is why you can't translate things literally. It doesn't work like that. Well, I see we have got some super show with no-namers in the house today. So we are going to have a kick-ass show. All right, let's see. There's Laura participating in our pop quiz. Laura, not only do you participate in every section, but you are fast as hell. Si quieres poner de demonio, as hell. ¿No? It's cold as hell. Aunque eso es raro porque el infierno no es frío. O sea, eso es el inglés. It's hot as hell, it's cold as hell. El as hell es, okay? Y si queremos ser vulgares es AF. Man, it is hot AF. Lo verás escrito en muchos posts de redes sociales. It is hot as fuck. Eso es de demonio. Muchísimo. Es ponerle un really. Pero en plan totally native. So, Laura, you're fast as hell, and you're usually spot on, too, and creative with your examples, which is great. Let's see. Laura says, my children used to be picky eaters when they were little. Excellent. They used to be. Me encanta porque muchos evitan ese used to, but not Laura. Porque es used to be, it's confusing. It is, because used to también es to get used to be used to. So, Laura, I love how you don't run away from that structure. My children used to be picky eaters when they were little. Excellent. Y pick, ¿por qué? No, I don't want to. Which one do you want to pick? You want an apple? You want a banana? You want an orange? Picky. Que no sabes escoger. Estás como trying to pick for 2 hours. I'll pick this one. So again, If we look at the word as an idea, it makes a lot of sense in our heads, and the chances of forgetting it decrease. Okay, let's see. Next one. I'm starving. I need to have a bite to eat. Absolutely. To have a bite to eat. Y no digo to. I'm going to have a bite to eat. That is totally native. And the last one. She says, I read through his essay, su ensayo, and it was flawless. Laura, your answers were flawless. A flaw es un error. And your answers were indeed flawless. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with tons more. So stick around. Welcome back. Welcome back. Show with no namers, no excusers, pro-boers. What else? Test your Englishers, drive timers, frankly speakingers. Y así es el inglés. It's a beautiful language because it's alive. It's awesome. You know? All right, folks. Well, in this part of the show, we're going to kick off with our Say What soundbite. After that, we are going to check some more pop quiz answers. And then we've got our spelling bee. We've got homophones. We've got double trouble. We've got name that movie, name that lyric, famous birthdays, and more importantly, we're going to hear from the lovely ladies. Again, give it up. Guys, I don't know what to say. You're making it hard to defend you here. And I'm one of you. What's going on? Are you guys shy guys? Sois tímidos? You don't have enough time to practice speaking? I don't know. I'm curious. Really. But the ladies, question of the week. It's yours, ladies. Wow. Impressive, honestly. And today we're not just going to hear how well our students speak English. As I said, Anix, Celia, Cristina Chicago, Chris Valrod, Gloria, Laura, Marisol, Laura Prados, and Nuria. But we're also going to get some tips that who knows? They could probably help us down the road. They're helping them, right? We asked for this week wellness tips. Tips, no, unos consejos. Otra forma de decir tips es pointers. So we're going to get some of those a little bit later on. But right now, it's time for the Say What soundbite. Say what? What? Say what soundbite? Yes, yes, yes. All right, folks. You know what to do, but just in case, I'll go over, repasar the basics. You'll hear this 4 times. You'll have 4 chances to write it all down. I don't think you'll have a problem with this one today. It's short, it's easy to follow, and I expect all of you to participate. Es uno de esos, eh? And also, as well as giving me word for word what you heard, I want you to tell me in your best English in your flawless English. Right? A flaw es una imperfección. So when we talk about a diamond, we talk about a flawless diamond. But people can have flaws. We all do. Vamos a ser honestos. We're perfectly imperfect. No sé si se dice eso, pero si no, acuñado, coined. We are perfectly imperfect, and I love it. All right, amigos. Is everybody ready? Again, this is going to be really easy IMO, in my opinion, so I expect a lot of participation. Now, we've already got tons of participation, but I'm talking about in this section, the Say What soundbite. Here it is for the first time.
Fine. Fine. Good decision. Good decision. The fame thing isn't really real, you know. And don't forget, I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
I'm going to cry, guys. I am literally going to start sobbing. To sob? Llorar a moco. I don't know how you, it means llorar a saco. Llorar a mares. So I'm going to start sobbing. S-O-B is como se escribe. It's another way. As today's our synonym. Well, every time I can give you a synonym for something, another way to say something, I usually try and do that. All right. Easy, right? Okay. Here we go. Some of you might even, Chris, you might even recognize it because it's a famous line. It's one of those, you know, American Film Institute top 100 movie lines. And I've never, oh no, I'm lying. This is a rom-com I've seen. A rom-com is a romantic comedy. This is actually a rom-com I've seen. I don't remember it very well, but it's quite popular. Here we go. Here it is for the second time. Well, she's whispering. I'm going to whisper too.
Fine. Fine. Good decision. Good decision. The fame thing isn't really real, you know. And don't forget, I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace. Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así de gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. el mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damián, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
vaughantienda.com.
It's the Shit.
Tell me you don't have my latest book. You've got to have it. Come on, folks. It's This Book is the Shit. It is the third in the Milk collection. It is my fifth book. And again, it's available just like Listen Up. It's available at the Von Tienda. You can stop by in any of our amazing cities, or you can go to our website, vontienda.com, and you can pick up all the materials you'll need. They make great presents. Well, since you know a lot of people who are learning English, namely each other, wink, wink, indirecta, muy directa. We say guiño, guiño, wink, wink. All right, let's see who else is here with us. Tracks 2N. No me deja ver el resto. Bro, fussy es exigente también. Yeah, well, if you think about it, es exigente, lo estábamos usando en el caso de exigente con la comida. Pero es meticuloso, quisquilloso, exigente, mimado, consentido, que eres difícil de complacer, ¿no? So, same idea, yes, yeah. We also say demanding. Exigente también es demanding. Existe la palabra exigent, pero nadie lo usa. Okay? We would say demanding, pero con la comida se suele usar he's fussy, he's picky. ¿O sabéis esta? He's finicky. Finicky, esa la usamos mucho para gatos también. This cat is finicky. Es como fino, como no quiero esto, quiero lo otro. But they're all related. They're all related. So, good question. Laura says, my project is done. Thanks for asking. I'm as happy as a clam. That's great news, Laura. I hope everything went off without a hitch. Toma, totally native. Otra forma de decir ir viento en popa. A hitch es sin un problema, sin una traba. I hope everything went off without a hitch. And as you're telling me, it did. So that's wonderful. I'm happy as a clam. Otra forma de decir eso, me encanta esta. I'm happy as Larry. Tan contento como Larry. Ahora, si estamos hablando de perfect strangers, cousin Balky and Larry was not a happy guy, so it must be another Larry. Chris Valrol says, he's really picky. He loves a bite to eat. Great, a bite to eat. And she says, she looks absolutely flawless. Perfect. Wonderful, Chris Valrol. She also gives us a bit of good news and says, I'm better. Thank you. Yeah, as you guys can hear too, Almeria cured me. Yeah. Well, you know what? Madrid is a very dry climate. Many of you know that. We're on a plateau, una meseta, really high, and it's dry. And so sometimes, man, you can hear it. People collect stuff in their lungs here because you need kind of moisture in the air to expel things, right? When you're sick. And so it happens to me every time, like I can't shake, congestion, no lo puedo quitar in Madrid. One day in Almeria with that ocean water in the air, because it's salty air, there's humidity in the air, there's salt, like instantly I'm cured. Instantly. That says something. So glad to hear it, Chris, as you can hear in my voice too. And you can probably hear I don't sound as congested. I feel great too. Oh man, gotta love that vitamin C. You know it? Vitamin C. ¿Has pillado el juego de palabras? Vitamina C o vitamina mar. SEA. They're homophones on the show with no name. That's right, vitamin C. ¿Te sabías esa? Es súper buena, ¿eh? Más los que sois amantes del mar. All right. Profe Manu is ready to rock today. He says, I'm kind of picky for some food. Yeah, I know it. I'm picky, I'm finicky, I'm fussy. I'm a pain in the ass. For example, when I get a quick bite, muy bien. To get a bite to eat, to grab a bite to eat, to have a bite to eat, eso es tentempié. Excellent. I can't stand any trace of smoked salmon in it. Great job, Profe Manu. Yeah, me too. I like salmon, but I don't like that smoke flavors. I'm like you. I don't like it. All right. So far, so good, my amigos. Let's see. Laura says, hey there. Hey, Laura. Great to have you with us. Laura Prairie. And Laura Meadow también. No sé, ¿cuál te gusta más a ti? So, Laura, we're going to hear from you today. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this your first participation in the question of the week? I don't think we've heard. Well, you know what? I think it is. And even if it isn't, that applause is for you for participating, Laura. I'm sure I speak on behalf of everyone. We look forward to hearing your audio note a little bit later on. Agus, hey, I like your name. Augusto, right? I imagine it's Augusto. He says, I like that expression. Es lo normal. Yeah, it's par for the course. Viene del golf. No sé mucho del golf, but it's par for the course. We also say it comes with the territory. Creo que viene con el territorio. O no, eso es un anglicismo que acabo de hacer. Una traducción literal. Well, it comes with the territory. It's par for the course. No, you work on Wall Street. You work long hours. It's par for the course, right? You work in construction. Your hands get cut, and you got cuts everywhere, and your nails are banged up. It's par for the course, right? You work in front of a computer, your eyes start playing tricks on you. Obviously, it's not good to be in front of screens for a long time. We know that now. So everything has its, its pros and cons. It's the stuff that comes with it, no matter what. Es lo normal, es lo típico, es lo que conlleva, es lo que viene con eso, right? So great, Agus. I love that you're taking note of those idiomatic expressions. All right, Laura. Laura talking about today's Say What soundbite. She says, I heard a famous line from a lovely rom-com. You know it, because you're giving me clues, too. From a lovely rom-com in which a pretty woman, wink, wink, who happens to play the role of a famous actress in the movie, is asking a sensitive and vulnerable man to love her. Yes. Laura, how do you tell me you know exactly who it is without telling me? That's how you do it. Laura, very creative. Let's see, Chris Valrol, her partner in crime, right? Su compinche, her partner in crime, decimos en inglés. Her sidekick, they work together, these girls, these ladies. I say girls de cariño, no? Obviously, you're ladies. But when you say they're my girls, son mis chicas, it's not a disrespectful one. It's quite the contrary. Chris Valrol says, in spite of the fact I watched this movie in Spanish, I recognize this beautiful American girl opening up and great vocabulary. Sincerándose, I think you say, opening up and telling a boy that she just wants to be loved. Great. To open up, to come clean, confesar. We looked at that one in the Come episode of FYI. Let's see. Laura says you needed some vitamin C. Oh, yeah. The C, even though, I'm not a big beach person, honestly, I like to look at the beach. I like to, hear it, but I don't like to be at the beach. I get bored quick. I don't mind having a beer or something at a beach hut, un chiringuito. But actually laying on the beach all day, that's not. First, I'm restless, soy inquieto. So and then direct sun at 3:00 in the afternoon, you'll die, especially down in the deserts of Almeria. But the sea is definitely, it has healing powers. Let's be honest. And I'm not trying to be, new age or anything here. The sea will cure you. Just listening to it will put your brain in a different flow, right? In a different state. So absolutely, Laura. There's Lupe. Hey, Lupe. What's up? Lupe says, morning, guys. It's a clip from a famous movie in which a woman is exposing her real feelings to a man and asking him to love her back. Awesome. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Also, I wanted to go over, there was another way to say ten pie before I forget. The other way to say ten pie is, y te va a encantar esta, a pick me up. Un levántame, un tente en pie, un manténme de pie. Same idea. Man, sometimes around 5 o'clock, my energy is a little bit low and I need a pick me up. Se usa como sustantivo. Okay? I need a pick me up. And so I have a yogurt. No es verdad. Odio el yogur. For the texture. I told you I'm picky. I told you I'm finicky. I'm also demanding as a teacher, but that's cool. I think you want your teacher. You don't want your teacher to be soft on you. You want your teacher to say, no, say it right. You can do it. So excellent job on the Say What soundbite. Excellent job also in the pop quiz. And now we are going to move on because we've got a lot of stuff to do. So let's take a look at today's Double Trouble.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
All right. It's Double Trouble here on the show with no name. And you want me to tell you something? We looked at this last week. We looked at one of the uses of this word last week. So I think it's going to be hard, that second word, the second usage. But the first one, I swear to you, I don't remember what day it was. Last week, remember when we looked at muelle, we looked at puerto, harbor. Do you remember? We said to harbor a grudge, to harbor someone is darles asilo. I forgot the word, refugiar, I think you say. So, see, I was preparing you for that. And you want to know something? I wrote it down that day. So this Double Trouble comes directly from one of last week's shows. And you'll see that a lot. The only thing is, this time I didn't tell you. Sometimes I'm like, there's a good Double Trouble. Well, for some reason that time I just wrote it down and, well, it ended up in the script today. So we're going to see how you do. Laura says, yes, meaning that it's your first time. That's awesome. Yeah, because I'm trying to think. I know what Anik sounds like. I know what Laura sounds like. Chris Valrol, Chris Chicago. I know what Nuria sounds like, etc. The list. I know you. In fact, a lot of times when I read your comments, I'm hearing your voice because you're not just somebody who's writing. You're actually a part of the show. Your voice, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. And I'll tell you something. Who knows? Maybe one day someone will recognize you because of your voice. It's happened to me. I swear to God, I think one of the first times I've been recognized because of my face, because I do TV stuff sometimes, and obviously streaming and video and my book cover. So I've been recognized because of my face. But I remember one time, it was in La Latina, and I had my back to someone. Tenía la espalda, because I was ordering 2 glasses of wine at the bar, and there was somebody behind me. And the guy tapped my shoulder, and he's like, excuse me, I don't want to interrupt you. You're Alberto Alonso. You're my teacher. And I said, dude, wait a second. I said, you didn't even see my face. He goes, no, I knew right when I heard your voice. So, hey, who knows? Let me know if that happens. If you get recognized, they say, wait, are you Laura from the show with no name? It's happened to me. Obviously, I've been doing this for 20 years. So, and as I said, the place I get recognized the most is two places: airports and well-to-do areas, zonas adineradas. Well, I guess, they know the value of languages, right? I don't know, but it happens when I go around Goya, when I go around, Velázquez, that area. It's crazy. I'm like, so everybody in this neighborhood's learning English or what? And airports. And I get the airport part. Esa parte sí que lo pillo. Because I'm like, okay, well, these are obviously international people. If I'm meeting you at an airport, it means you travel. Whether you travel often or not, you travel. So you know the importance of knowing languages, right? As I said, in my case, my knowledge of English and Spanish has done a lot more for me than my college degree, que mi título universitario. I can tell you that. I 100%. I'm not, nobody, in fact, nobody's ever asked me for it. Yeah, it's sitting I've got it in a drawer, my diploma. I swear to God. Now, if they say, ¿Cómo va su inglés? Brr, well, oh, shit. You do speak English. All right. Laura says, oh, like tiramisu in Italian, a pick-me-up. In serio? Wow, Laura, you just blew my mind. Tiramisu? I'll never forget it. Thank you. All right, guys, let me give this to you because we've got to go to a quick commercial break. Van a descontar el salario, right? Como si viene Hacienda, tienes deudas de así. Descontar, te voy a ir quitando el dinero de tu salario, ¿ok? So van a descontar el salario del estibador el mes que viene. Van a descontar el salario del estibador el mes que viene. You got to use the same word twice. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with much more, so stick around. Hey, amigos. Welcome back. Welcome back to Vaughn Radio. Vaughn Radio is one of a kind. One of a kind, único. Oh, and before I forget, I wanted to take a look at the word spotless. Porque te acuerdas, hemos mirado la raíz de fussy, de picky, y nadie dijo impecable como spotless, que está bien, usasteis un sinónimo. ¿Qué es a spot? Una mancha. Una peca, una mancha. So if it's spotless, no hay ni una mancha. Makes sense. O sea, no te quedes solo con spotless. Dice, pero spotless, o sea, le falta el spot. Porque less es carencia de algo. Lo mismo que full, como terminación, es abundancia de algo. ¿No? Y acuérdate, ese full no es LL, es una L cuando es terminación. All right? Hey, these are little patterns, patrones, things we've got in the language that can guide us, that can help us when we're in a bind, when we're in a jam, o la favorita mi hija, when we're in a pickle. Y su filosofía es, I'm in a pickle and I'm going to eat it. Estoy en un apuro barra pepinillo y me lo voy a comer. Hey, maybe she needs a little pick-me-up. Maybe she needs a bite to eat. All right, amigos, so much more to do. We're going to start off taking a look at our Say What soundbite for the third time. We've also got our Double Trouble, and then we'll start hearing from the ladies in the question of the week, where we'll look at top wellness tips. All right, here's your Say What soundbite for the third time. As I said, I think this one is on the easy side, so I want to see a lot of participation.
Fine. Fine. Good decision. Good decision. The fame thing isn't really real, you know. And don't forget, I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
¿Quieres estar al tanto de todas nuestras promociones en la Vaughan Esfera? Well, now you can be in the loop. Puedes estar al tanto. Puedes enterarte de ofertas, novedades y eventos. Y mucho más. Puedes encontrar todo eso en grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. Eso es, en grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. Ahí tendrás toda la información de última hora. Guárdalo como favorito. grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. And stay in the loop.
That's right, Cursos Destacados, grupovon.com, and you can find out about any of our amazing initiatives. And who knows, maybe this is the year for you. Stay tuned, because I know it. Every company does it, not just Vaughn. There are going to be Black Friday deals coming up. So again, if you're following us on social media, then you will be in the know. Enterado. Yo siempre me liaba con enterado y enterrado. Like buried. Oh my God. What? Not the same thing. All right. Let's take a look over here. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a winner. And I must say, she didn't get it after the third listen because the comment was here before. She got it after the second listen. I'm talking about today's Say What soundbite winner, Laura. Perfect. Flawless. Touché. Uso la misma palabra que dijiste tú. Flawless. Perfecto. Sin imperfecciones. All right, let's see. Laura's also participating in the Double Trouble. What a leader, folks. All right, she says they are going to dock the dock workers' pay next month. Is that correct? Absolutely. Yeah! I'm so excited, and I just can't. Wow. So to dock someone's pay means to take money out of their salary, right? We're going to dock your pay. Now, last week we looked at dock as muelle, but dársena también. También hemos dicho atracar, no, el barco, the ship is going to dock, es verbo también. Pero also descontar, restar. So, el ejemplo aquí, el jefe le descontó una semana de salario a Irene por su ausencia injustificada. Irene's boss docked her a week's pay for her unauthorized absence. Vaya trabalenguas de ejemplo. Thanks, word reference. Jesus. I'm going to dock your pay. So you already know the word dock es asociarlo con un estibador y ya lo tienes ahí. Estibador makes sense. Uno que trabaja en el muelle, right? A dock worker. And to dock someone's pay, to dock someone's salary is, of course, to take money out of it, right? To deduct money from someone's earnings, sus ganancias. Okay, there you go, my amigos. So they are going to, Chris va al roll too. So Laura and Chris. They're going to dock the dock worker's salary next month. Wonderful, wonderful job. All right, folks, it is time right now to hear from your fellow classmates in our question of the week.
Question of the week.
All right. right, question of the week time. Let's take a look over here at what we've got. The first person we're going to hear from, and again, don't just listen to their English today. Listen to these tips, because who knows, maybe it's just what you needed to hear. You know, maybe you're like, oh, wow, Nuria, that's a great idea. Or Laura, or whoever else. So, folks, without any further ado, sin más, let's hear from Anix.
Hey there, Anix here. I have to admit, I'm not in shape. I try to eat as healthy as possible. I eat a lot of veggies and fruits, and I have a sweet tooth as well because I've been blessed by genetics. I mean, I can eat a lot without putting some weight. I like to call it a superpower. Okay, guys, bye bye.
Anix, don't say that too loud. You're going to make a lot of enemies. Anix is like, I was born with great metabolism. What do you want from me? Hey, that's awesome. That is awesome. I've got to say, I'm the exact opposite. I can like fast, estar en ayunas, do all this stuff, go to the gym, and I'm like, still fat. Sigo gordo. So she says she's not really in shape, but she's not out of shape. I mean, Anix, I know it because I know you. Unless you've changed drastically since I last saw you, you're in great shape, right? You take care of yourself. You eat right. In general, I think you're an active person. Your job, you're on your feet too, so that helps a lot. Great stuff, Anix. So it's wonderful. Now, just be careful though, because they say your body changes. I know people who had amazing metabolism and then, well, they had a kid or, every 7 years they say your body changes. I hope it doesn't happen to you, but just be prepared. If you have to go to that treadmill like the rest of us, la cinta de correr, it sucks. So pray that you can keep your superpower. Also, you have a superpower for speaking English with total, utmost confidence. Excellent. She also used a totally native expression to have a sweet tooth, un diente dulce, que es ser goloso. I don't know if you said on, pero por si acaso, I don't know if you said I never put weight. Sería I never put on weight, right? Poner peso, to put on pounds or to put on weight, pounds, porque nosotros usamos libras. And the only thing I would say, Anix, just be careful because the word veggies era un poco B en vez de V. Y yo sé que tú sabes pronunciarlo bien. So let's all say it together. I love, porque tiene la V de love y la de veggies. No, I love veggies. Fue un poco B ahí, plosivo, right? Tiene que vibrar. So let's all say it with Anix all together. I love veggies. Esa V que vibre. I love veggies. That's not true in my case, but hey, if I say it enough, maybe I'll convince myself. Great job, Anix, as always. Another student who I don't think she's missed a week ever, and she has such a sweet voice, and naturally, she's a sweet person. Let's hear from Celia.
Hello, no-namers. This is Celia. I usually get up early, more or less an hour and a half before my husband and my daughter, and this is my healthy time. I do yoga exercise every early morning, and I usually spend about 15 minutes, and I found in this activity my best daily routine. I'll go on practicing that because I'm feeling better since 5 years ago when I started to do that. Now I'm learning a bit about healthy food, and I'm including some natural ingredients in my diet. In addition of this, I'm studying English a bit every day too. Well, in summary, I'm practicing yoga every early morning to take a nice warm. I'm learning to eat well, to take off bad habits, and I'm going to continue to study English with you because I'm training my brain too. Well, that's all. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, great job, Celia. Celia, that is so important. And if you can have some Celia time, Alberto time, depende de la persona que eres. Laura needs her Laura time. Celia needs her Celia time. That's for her to be with herself in, doing whatever. But sometimes you got to get up early to get that time. And Celia makes that sacrifice. She says, that time is what makes me, strong. And you've been doing it for 5 years. It's working. And as we say, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Si no está roto, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So, Celia, you are an example of how the early bird does get the worm. Yoga. I know this is probably one of the greatest ways to stay in shape, connect your mind and your body. So good for you, good for you. And now she said she's discovering what we call superfoods, no? Comidas que son, again, most of the food you'll find in the supermarket is empty calories. It's sugar, it's fat, it's chemicals. Superfoods are foods that they do so much good for you. Stuff like, I'm no expert here, but quinoa. You say quinoa, we say quinoa. Yeah, well, I don't know why we don't say quinoa. It makes sense to say quinoa, but we say quinoa. Kale, right? How do you say kale? Kale. You don't say, I'm no expert. These are just foods I've heard that are col rizada, berza, right? So these are foods that you should have in your diet if you're smart, because they have antioxidants. Some of them help clean different, they all, raspberries, for example. I know raspberries are in my diet. Las frambuesas, they're antioxidant. So what you do is you try and find foods, and the only problem, you got to be careful, because as you know, a lot of those studies are paid for. They're like, eat 20 eggs a day. No, don't eat eggs. So which one? What are we doing here? Right. So excellent. I'm glad you're doing the research, and let us know what superfoods you come across. Just be careful. A couple pronunciation things in there. Sumari or summarize. I don't remember what you said. It's some, como algo, no? S-O-M-E, summarize, sum up, summary, right? So cuidado. Esto es para todos, eh? The other one you said, a little beat. Just be careful. No es beat, es bit, right? Es más una E que una I latina. No me acuerdo exactamente el contexto. And then you said training, and it's training. Train como rain, ¿no? Es como añadir. Entonces, piensa esa A, I, ahí es A. Training. But I love that you're training your English too. And Celia, you want to know something? You sound like you are balanced, equilibrada. So it's working. It's definitely working. Y también habits. La H sí que la pronunciamos. No es habits, sino habits. Dilo conmigo, todos. Habits. You need to develop healthy habits. Celia, thank you for the participation, and thanks for the advice. All right, let's see who's up next. Christina, Chicago. And I know myself, living in the United States, it's hard to eat healthy. It's much more expensive because, well, that's the lobbies are the ones with the money. Kellogg's. I'm saying Kellogg's, just like Post, just like any cereal company. They do their own studies. 2 bowls of this sugary cereal is equivalent to 2 bananas. Yeah? Really? Are you sure? With all that dye in there, todo ese tinte colorante, which they've already proven is poison for children. So, yeah, but put a clown on it. If you put a clown and a mascot, we'll sell it. So that's a thing. I realize that. I feel lucky to live in Spain, where eating healthy is okay. You see younger people with their bollicao, but if you look to the older generations, which I always do that, the young people, no offense, guys, you have no fucking clue what you're doing. I didn't at your age either. It's okay. And I still don't. You're never going to know what you're doing. We just pretend. There you go. I just gave you a life secret. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing out there. We're making it up as we go. Oh, man. Sorry for my vulgarity. I try to avoid vulgarity. But again, I usually, when I use vulgarity, it's not to insult anyone. It's more to add emphasis to a sentence, like unfucking believable instead of you're a fucking idiot, right? So if you notice my usage, I'm not justifying it. I've got to watch my mouth. I got to watch it. All right, Celia, wonderful job. I didn't expect anything else. Let's hear how Chris Chicago navigates through the food in the United States.
Hi, Alberto. This is Christina from Chicago. I have to tell you that we still have, very nice weather. So I'm really happy. So I love the song, that are you asking this week. It's about, how you're taking care of your body or your health. For me, everything is connected. Body, your brain, your mental health, everything is connected. So you have to take care of all the parts of your body. So how I do it, I go every day to the gym if I can. But usually, yes, I can. 1 hour, at least 1 hour. Or I play pickleball with my friends. And pickleball for me is like a medicine, my pill, because at the same time, I'm having fun. I'm working out and I'm having fun. And the other thing that I think is very important, to keep you fit and to keep you like healthy, mental health, is always, look at the bright side of life. Always look at the bright side of life. Be happy, enjoy life. That's all. That's all. Bye, friends.
Sorry, Chris, I had to start singing with you. Always look on. Careful though, it's not at. Yo sé que look at me when I talk to you. Pero esto es to look on, es frase hecha. I think we looked at this with Laura last week or something. So I'll say it again. Escucha la canción bien because always look on the, I'm on. Piensa, what side are you on? En qué lado estás? So we use on, right? On this side or on that side, right? So no está diciendo mira tal, pero mira a tal lado. So listen to the song today. It'll put you in a good mood. I think music is a great part of wellness. When I listen to music, I feel spiritually great. I feel like it's my medicine. Nobody's mentioned music yet, by the way. Let's see. Chris, great. The good thing is, you guys are like, you're not going to fool me with this process crap. I'm going to the gym. Also, if I'm not mistaken, you live in a beautiful area of Chicago with like forests and stuff. If I'm not mistaken, which is great for some walks. And you're playing what is all the rage in the United States. All the rage. Lo último, la moda, and it's called pickleball. Why is this word coming up everywhere today? To be in a pickle, estar en un apuro, a pickle, un pepinillo, pickleball. And pickleball, it's a paddle sport, so it's played with a racket or a paddle, but the ball is different than the one used in paddle. So it's kind of weird. But in the States, it is, para usar otra vez, all the rage. Está súper de moda. And Chris, you just said the secret there. I make sure that whatever it is that I'm doing that's beneficial to me, I'm having fun. Just like learning English, just like anything. Make it fun, right? And that's up to you. That only you can do that. Well, you can have a good trainer at the gym, a good teacher who can make it fun and help you find ways to make it fun, to switch it up, hacer cambios de vez en cuando hace falta. So great pickleball. Great. I'm glad you got the healthy traditions of the United States. What else? Oh, careful. The same as Celia. It's not feet, because she said a little beat, and you said to stay feet. Feet es pies, right? So tenemos que trabajar esa I latina, bueno, la I latina en inglés, bit, fit. Dilo conmigo, vamos a decir varias. Bit, fit, sit, hit, kit, lit. Hey, it sounds like we're doing homophones right now when we rhyme words together. Well, I think then that's a perfect time to go into today's homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name.
Show with no name.
The show with no name.
All right, amigos, that's right. It's Homophones here on the show with no name. And as always, I've been dropping clues. Siempre voy dejando pistas para vosotros. I try to link things together here so we see words maybe at the beginning and then at the end, right? This comes from me studying drama more than teaching. Pues tenemos el crescendo, tenemos, so it's more me thinking, okay, and this is the climax, and then we bring them here in the reveal. So that's the drama teacher in me. All right, the first word is dársenas, muelles. Are you kidding me? We just looked at this word in double trouble. Yeah, it's the same word, pero en plural. Que también es descontar, deducir. El pago, el dinero de alguien, de su pago, right? And yeah, well, that's it. Hombre, ya miramos el significado antes, right? So es muelles o si es tercera persona del verbo descontar. He docks his employees' pay every week because he's a cheapskate, porque es un rata, right? We would say, un tacaño. We say a cheapskate. Si no conoces la palabra, cheapskate. Or we use the adjective, cheapskate is sustantivo, or you can use the adjective stingy. Don't be stingy. All right, so the first one, muelles o deducir, descontar en tercera persona. And the second one is a word that did not exist when I was a kid. You know why? Because I'm pre-internet. I'm pre-digital age. I come from an analog world, and I love it. That's why I have records, vinilos. I love touching things, guys. I love tangible things. I'm a very, the more and more the digital world, I get it, but have fun, guys. I'm going to go walk, by a river. Sadly, I don't live near a river, but that would be a beautiful thing to do. So a word that's new, relatively new in the language, and I don't even think the word came out when internet came out. I think the word came out after, many years after. And this is to reveal public information about someone. Okay, a veces lo hacen. Your enemies will get your address, tu dirección, tu número de teléfono, y lo ponen, te exponen. ¿No? En las redes. Te revelan, publican tu información pública. So that's the word there. Number one word, muelles. Number two, revelar o publicar información, datos privados de alguien en las redes. Yeah, I told you it was a modern word. We didn't have las redes. We didn't even have internet. Now I sound like an old man, don't I? Folks, we have got to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. We're going to hear from more students. We'll check your answers to our homophones as well, and so much more. So stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Oh, welcome back to part 4, Jesus. It's part 4 of the show with no name. Stay tuned, because after today's show, you've got Jimena Holiday in Test Your English. And that's exactly what she's going to do. She's going to test your English. After that, you've got the lunchtime show with Rob and Andy. Then let's get random with Jules Linares. Speak Up with Ruby. After that, you got The Salad with Dave Boyce. He is definitely a guy who will surprise you. In his show, there's a surprise around every corner. It's Dave Boyce and The Salad, followed by Kyle Miller, the host of our upcoming Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. He's also the host of Drive Time, author of Business English, available at Vaughn Tienda. Then you've got Chris Frank and Frankly Speaking, The Pro Bow Show with Rob Grams. You've also got Fitz with No Excuses, and Richard Vaughn, the one and only Richard Vaughn in Richard Vaughn Live. You get a master class with the master himself every day. Just download the free Vaughn Radio app. Oh, and I know I'm leaving someone out. There's a show about wellness and, oh yeah.
Guess who's back?
Sing it back again.
Yes is back. Tell a friend. Yes is back. 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 That's right. The Hour to Empower with Jessica Fernandez is back on Vaughn Radio.
Check it out every weekend, or you can listen to it today if you want. You can get the podcasts from the Vaughn Radio app, or you can get them on Spotify, Apple Podcast, the whole list of podcast platforms. And don't forget, you've got an episode of FYI that dropped last Friday. You get a new episode every Friday. And last week, we looked at the verb to run, which has many meanings. Excuse me. All right. What else? We just listened to our Say What soundbite. No, we didn't listen to our Say What soundbite. We're going to listen to our Say What soundbite for the fourth and final time. Laura already got it. Let's see if anybody else can figure it out as well.
Fine. Fine. Good decision. Good decision. The fame thing isn't really real, And don't forget, I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
¿Conoces Weekend Town? La nueva iniciativa de Vaughan.
Pues no.
Es un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés y es nuevísimo.
A ver, cuéntame más.
Tendrás una inmersión lingüística total durante 2 días. Un total de 24 horas hablando con angloparlantes de todo el mundo.
¡Wow! ¡Qué interesante!
Ganarás confianza y soltura a la hora de comunicarte en inglés. Mejorarás tu comprensión auditiva y tus habilidades conversacionales en una situación de comunicación real en inglés. Ven a Weekend Town y te sorprenderás con todo lo que puede avanzar tu inglés en un fin de semana. Weekend Town de Vaughan. Un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés.
That's right. More information about Weekend Town, Vaughn Town, any of our amazing initiatives, just go to grupovaughn.com/cursos destacados. All right, let's see what we've got over here, folks. Lots of comments. Chris Valrol says, Anix, you're really fortunate. Yeah, as I said, don't say that too loud. Chris says, veggies are really important. Oh, yeah, I eat them, but because I have to, not because I want to. Let me clear that up. Now, some veggies, vamos a como todo, there are veggies and there are veggies. If you give me artichokes, alcachofas, I'll eat them all. And you want to know something? I used to fight my grandma to not eat them. Grandma, if you're watching, she's like, what? Now he loves artichokes? I was trying to get him to eat artichokes his whole life. Well, see, I'm not as picky. I'm not as finicky as I used to be. Let's see, but no doubt about it, Chris. Veggies are really important, and pronouncing the V correctly is very important too. Let's see. Chris says, absolutely, Felia. I didn't mention it, but learning English with the show with no name is a healthy habit. Yeah, well, at the beginning of the show, that applause, the first applause I gave you today was for doing something positive. Some people are sitting around right now like, thinking, feeling sorry for themselves. Like, oh, poor me. I hate my job. And some people are saying, I'm going to live life and I'm going to learn and I'm going to, make every day an adventure. And that's remarkable. I mean, you figured out the secret, the secret to life, make it an adventure, make it fun, discovery, learning, exploration. That's what it's about, right? If we know it all, what is there to learn? Right? That sucks. Who wants to know it all? Done. Okay, well, I guess we're done here. Let's see what's on Mars. A ver lo que hay en Marte. Laura says, the healthiest habit of all. I don't know, but, well, for your English, yeah, definitely. Laura also says, Cristina, you're such a positive and sunny person. No doubt about it. I think you could put anybody's name in there, Laura, who's with us. You could say it about Chris Valrol. You could say it about Profe Manu. You could say it about Born to Iron Man. You could say it about Thalia. So honestly, fill in the blank. You're such a positive and sunny person. Show with no namer. Que te toque. All right, let's see. Chris Valrol taking a stab at today's homophones. The first word is correct, and sorry, I don't know the second. All right, hey, no problem. You don't need to know everything. That's why you're here. By the end of the show, you will know it. I mean, in 2 minutes, you'll know it. Less. Laura says, you have stumped me with today's homophones. Yeah, but I didn't stop you from using a totally native. Oh, that was awesome. To stump. Dejarme I don't know. I have no idea. You have stumped me with today's homophones. Sorry. Let's see. Profe Manu says, artichokes are great, but they make you fart a lot. Yeah, veggies in general, right? I remember when my daughter, when they were kids, they only eat like the vegetable puree. It's, oh, man. You know the one, Profe Manu? Beans. They're good for your heart. The more you eat them, the more you fart. You gotta be a pro to have that ready. That was improvised, pero bueno, I've always got my fart sound effect nearby. Lo tengo cerca siempre, a mano. You never know when you need a fart sound effect. So yeah, but beans, lo que se lleva la palma is any like habas, habichuela, that is fart city. But yeah, I don't care. Now my family, they care. But well, my daughter says I'm a farter, and she farts more than me. I don't want to rat anybody out. Chivarme de nadie aquí. Let's see. Facebook user says, hola Alberto, te saludo desde Arica, Chile. What's up? Que tengas un lindo día. Saludos. Right back at you. Te deseo lo mismo. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also, give it up for Chris Valrol. She also got today's Say What soundbite. Okay, well, these homophones that we're looking at here, the first word is docs. The second word is docs. Okay, entonces sin decirte cómo está escrito ni nada, ya sabes que son homófonos. The second word is D-O-X, okay? Se escribe D-O-X, okay? And doxing somebody es un verbo regular, okay? Mira, no lo sabía. Viene de la palabra document. Es corto para documentar. But it's always used as a regular verb. So docs, right? Wow, pues mira, acabo de flipar. Because what you're doing is you're revealing their documents, their records, their hit, the things that you're not supposed to. So sí, todo tiene sentido. Pero le ponen una X. So the word D-O-C-K-S sounds exactly like DOX. Have you ever been doxxed? Well, normally it happens to famous people, where they're like, oh, okay. Or, somebody who they catch doing something, like this guy, he beat up. Can anybody identify this guy? I give him, an internet. When you see somebody who got caught on a camera, assaulting somebody, that's another example where people say, does anybody know this guy? Spread it. His name is John Dun. He lives at this. There's always, believe me, if you want to get somebody's information, you can get it. And you don't have to be a hacker. You need to know one. So the words sound exactly the same. Docs, el plural muelles, and docs, D-O-X, que es publicar la información privada de alguien en internet. All right, we're going to go back to our question of the week right now because we need to hear from many more students. So next up, we've got Chris Valrol.
Morning, Shononamers. Chris Valrol speaking. For a full life, mind, body, and spirit must be in balance. So exercise, your way of eating, your thoughts and emotions are the key in my book. Aside from a varied and nutritious diet with real food and exercising, walking, Pilates, strength exercises, or Qigong that comes from Chinese medicine, I usually avoid the news, spend time in nature, and meditate and work on my personal growth. Because all your emotional conflicts are going to influence your health. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Wow, Chris, confidence. You're exuding confidence, and that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. You sound balanced. And I love the totally native. In my book, en cuanto a mí, no, ahora si yo lo digo es en mi libro. In my book, pero si dices, he's a good guy. In my book, no, si tengo que ser yo el que opino. In my book, great idiomatic expression there. Also, Chris, I think you got it there. You switch it up, Chris. You're not doing the same thing every day, so you don't get bored. You said like 6 or 7 different activities, from the Chinese medicine to, not medicine, you know what I mean, the Chinese philosophy, to all the strength training, and really, and you're training your brain as well. You eat a healthy diet with real food. I always say real food should have one ingredient. That's it. Tomato is tomato. There shouldn't be 75 things on it. Then you're like, why? Okay. And I think Chris mentioned something that's so important. You have to be careful what you watch, what you hear, what you see, who you surround yourself with, because there are certain things that are poison, certain people, I hate to say it, who are toxic. The news is toxic, as she said, la noticia, los informativos. Why? They're not selling good news. They're not telling you when, brother gives his brother, the greatest gift ever. They're talking about when a brother kills his brother, so you got to be really careful. And it's hard because you have a phone where you go to Twitter or whatever, Instagram, and you're like, oh, I want to look at cómo quedó el Real Madrid. And before you know it, you're seeing people beat each other up, inflándose a palos. And I'm like, wait, what happened? Or somebody getting punched in the face. I'm like, whoa. So even if you're being careful of what you consume, and when I say that, I don't mean food now, I mean media and stuff like that. Whoo, man, incredible stuff. It's so, I noticed, when I stopped being afraid of COVID or whatever you want to call it, now it's the flu, la gripe normal, anormal. When I stopped watching the news, I stopped being paranoid about other people. And I was like, wow, I'm cured. And I got it once and I never got it again. And I didn't follow any of the experts' advice. Thank God. Thank God now, in retrospect, I don't trust the experts. And I'm saying that in air quotes. Too many experts out there, and they're all being paid to be experts for a certain, outcome. La palabra que vimos antes, desenlace. So, Chris, I think you've got it all figured out. Lo tienes. Keep it up. Really good. Your English, couldn't really hear anything that stood out as being incorrect or anything. So wonderful job, and keep it up in your personal growth journey as well. All right, up next we've got Gloria.
Hi, good morning, Alberto and Show with No Namers. It's Gloria here. Physically speaking, I do Pilates and yoga. It also Nordic walking, which is a kind of exercise that I just recently found out about, and it's great. It's great to be able to walk outdoors and interacting with a whole bunch of people. And I think Pilates, I have taken Pilates or applied Pilates to lots of different everyday chores, for example, in the house. If I'm going to stack the dishwasher or do a load of washing, the way you crouch down is kind of different. So this is very similar to some of the workout you do in Pilates. You do things in such a way that you won't hurt your lower back. So it's great. And sometimes you can tell people who do Pilates from those who don't. And then mind-wise, I would say playing the piano is a lifesaver for me. It's an activity that, just takes me somewhere else. It's especially when I've been really worried about health issues. I might have been playing the piano for a couple of hours and it felt as if it had been just 10 minutes. So it's good for my mind. I just love it.
Gloria, great. There is nothing in the world, I'm not comparing it to Pilates or gym, but is there nothing in the world like a nice walk outdoors? Un paseo? I mean, you see what you see. It's your phone. Hopefully you don't have your phone out and you're just breathing in fresh air. Sometimes I think a brisk outdoor walk is just taken for granted. We don't realize the importance. Spanish people do that. You guys walk a lot. I think that's one of the reasons you have the highest life expectancy, among the highest life expectancy in the world. Gloria, I was waiting for somebody to mention music, and it was you. Thank you. Yeah, music. It soothes your soul, whether you play it, whether you listen to it, whether you're drumming with pens, on your desk, boom, 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 ba, bum, ba, whatever it is, it's soothing. Soothing. Something that soothes you, te relaja. We say it soothes your soul. Oh, and I know the Pilates thing. Well, not with Pilates, like where you apply. I think it's brilliant. I lived with a guy, a roommate, great friend of mine. Shout out to Ricky. And he was doing Kuk Sul Wan, a martial art. So every time I would be like, Ricky, can you turn on the light? He would go, I'm like, can you just turn it on like a normal person and not do a karate chop? So I've seen people apply martial arts to doing things around the house. I know that story really well. Excellent job, Gloria. Excellent advice. And your English sounds wonderful. Keep it up. Up next, we've got Laura.
Hey there, it's Laura. Here are my wellness pointers. First of all, I do Pilates 3 times a week, and I try to move a lot during the day, every single day. In addition to that, on the weekends, I always go for long walks with my husband at a brisk pace. Secondly, I don't smoke and I don't drink, just the occasional glass of wine from time to time. I make sure to drink plenty of water during the day to stay hydrated, and from Monday to Friday, I eat healthily. I usually cook all the food I eat from scratch. However, on the weekends, I indulge myself, especially with sweets because I have a sweet tooth. Also, unless I'm eating out with friends, I try to have dinner between 8 and 8:30 in the evening, as I don't like going to bed on a full stomach. I try to get enough hours of sleep, between 7 and 8 hours per night. And last but not least, I try to remember to breathe deeply whenever I'm a bit overwhelmed. Keep a positive attitude towards life and spend a couple of minutes every day being grateful for everything I have. Bye, everyone.
Wow. You said so much in so little. Laura, first, there were a few in there. There were a few in there to indulge. Dejarme el... ahora no me acuerdo en español. To indulge. Darme el capricho. That's the word. Yeah, you should. We're not monks. No somos monjes. We're not nuns. Well, some of you might be. But I mean, like, we're meant to enjoy things too. But if you have ice cream every day, are you really enjoying it? Or is it more of a... And you said a lot of great things there. To walk at a brisk pace. I am convinced that my grandmother, that my wife's grandparents who lived till they were 95, I'm convinced part of it was their diet. Part of it was that they walked every day. So, and they didn't eat out. They ate, so Laura, you're doing what, anytime we want to know the right way to do something, look backwards, don't look forwards. Because they knew innately, our grandparents, what to do, right? Our great-grandparents, our ancestors. And smoking and drinking, two things that are socially acceptable. In Spain, vamos de caña. I'm not mocking it. But also, well, like everything, it takes its toll. I can always tell people who smoke, not who smoke and drink, from time to time, but you can always tell people who smoke and drink regularly. I mean, you can see it. You can actually physically see it. I can tell their skin is even different. And maybe I'm just very observant of that, but it's true. Limiting alcohol. Okay, one thing, like my grandparents. My grandmother would have a glass of wine with some Sprite once a week with dinner. So, and another thing she said, staying hydrated. How important is it to stay hydrated? A lot of times our body doesn't tell us we're thirsty. And you're just like, you're going through the day and you're like, oh my God, I'm a little bit like dizzy, or I'm a little bit tired. I don't have that energy I need. And all you need sometimes, as Laura said, two things, a nice glass of water and a couple deep breaths. And we're back, baby. Hey, it works wonders. Hace milagros. And it's true. What else? Yeah, the deep breath, early dinner too. Yeah, you said it perfectly. It's not good to go to sleep on a full stomach. I notice it when I have like a big dinner, not just to eat late, but if you eat a lot. So you should have a light dinner. You guys know it in Spanish. Que lo tenéis hasta un refrán. Es buenísimo. You say, have breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, obviously queen, princess, si hablamos de chicas, and have dinner like a pauper, como un pobre. Spain, thank you for teaching me that. I was the opposite. Americans do it the other way around. We have a huge dinner, albeit, sin embargo, it's, 6:30, 7, 8, muy tarde, right? So here we have dinner around 8:30, really. Yeah, I told you, we're on that timetable. So great, Laura, a minute of audio and just so much good advice there. So many great idiomatic expressions as well. Now, we're going to have to wait till tomorrow's show to hear, because we've got 3 more students who are going to participate. We've got Marisol, we've got Laura, which I already created a lot of anticipation, but you'll have to wait till tomorrow. So we're going to hear from Marisol tomorrow, from Laura Prairie or Meadows, whatever you prefer, and Nuria, who participates every week in the show. But I thank you all for the energy, the participation, for inspiring me. I'm serious. Your energy, the way I see you guys dedicated to your personal growth, your language growth, which is part of your personal growth, obviously. It's really inspiring. So thank you, not just for being great students, but for being great people. And sharing. I think that's one of the greatest things. We all got to hear some really positive things. And although maybe we know you got to stay hydrated, sometimes it's good to remind ourselves. That's why we review things when we learn languages. That said, thank you so much, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. If you sent it to me, we're going to hear it. Okay? So tomorrow we'll hear from the other 3 that we're missing. plus so much more. Stay tuned because up next you've got Jimena Holiday and Test Your English. Ciao for now.